Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today, I'll be predicting my King's Dominion coaster rankings. As you know, I'm visiting this park on June the 6th of this year, which is in less than 4 months. This is my most anticipated park on the trip. The big reason for that is because this park has an absolutely amazing looking coaster lineup. Without further ado, let's get into the list. At the number 11 spot, we have Apple's Apple, the park's Mock Rides Wild Mouse. This coaster doesn't look very good. It's your classic Wild Mouse style coaster. Unfortunately, the only Wild Mouse I've ridden is the Zamperla Zigzag Twist and Shout at Family Kingdom, which is a terrible ride. This ride doesn't look nearly as bad as Twist and Shout, but it still looks pretty rough and just not very fun. At the number 10 spot, we have Woodstock Express, the park's PTC Junior wooden coaster. I've ridden Kings Island's version of this coaster, and it's a pretty fun ride for a kiddie coaster. These rides are pretty fun classic kiddie wooden coasters. Not much to say here. This is a coaster that everyone in the family should enjoy. At the number 9 spot, we have Avalanche, the park's Mock Rides bobsled coaster. I have never ridden a bobsled coaster before in my life, and I'm not really sure what to think of this coaster. I've heard pretty mixed reviews. It looks like a pretty fun, unique family coaster, but I wouldn't be surprised if this placement is a little bit off. At the number 8 spot, we have Backlot Stunt Coaster, the park's premier rides launched family coaster. I've ridden the sister coaster to this at Kings Island, and it's a pretty good family coaster. It has some good theming, some cool effects, and a pretty fun layout with a thrilling launch and a triple helix. This is another coaster that everyone in the family should enjoy. At the number 7 spot, we have Anaconda, the park's aerodynamic custom looping coaster. This coaster looks pretty decent. The first half reminds me a lot of Ninja at Six Flags St. Louis, but with a weird, pointless looking butterfly element. If this ride had a batwing like Vortex at Kings Island instead, I feel like this coaster would be much better. That being said, the double corkscrews at the end of this coaster still look very good, and the hang time on them looks really good. That's the reason why this ride still looks pretty decent. At the number 6 spot, we have Grizzly, the park's Taft Attractions Group wooden coaster. This coaster looks like a good ride. I love the setting of this ride, and it just looks like a pretty fun wooden coaster. I'm not so sure how the airtime will be, and this ride might be a little bit rough, but it still looks like a pretty fun wooden coaster that I'm excited to ride. At the number 5 spot, we have Flight of Fear, the park's premierized indoor launch spaghetti bowl coaster. I've ridden the Kings Island version, and it's a good ride. It has a good launch and some good inversions. However, the middle section of these Flight of Fear clones are quite boring because of the mid-course brake run. This is the reason why I much prefer Joker's Jinx at Six Flags America to these Flight of Fear clones. Either way, I know what to expect from this ride, and I think it should be just as good as the Kings Island version. At the number 4 spot, we have Racer 75, the park's dueling PTC wooden coaster. I've ridden the Kings Island version of this coaster as well, and I think it's a pretty fun ride with some good airtime. It's hard to go wrong with these classic airtime-filled PTC wooden coasters like this one. At the number 3 spot, we have Dominator, the park's B&M floorless coaster. This coaster looks very good. These standard B&M looping coasters are good and fun rides. This one especially looks thrilling and forceful. Plus, the drop off the mid-course looks like a good airtime moment, which you wouldn't expect from a B&M floorless. Anyways, this looks like a very good ride that I am looking forward to. At the number 2 spot, we have Twisted Timbers, the park's RMC hybrid coaster. These RMC hybrids are flat out legendary. This one looks especially epic. The airtime looks absolutely incredible, as it is with all RMCs. This one looks especially great because of the long, compact layout. The triple camelbacks look absolutely incredible, and same with a lot of the twisted airtime moments, such as the Trick Track double up. There's really no way to go wrong with one of these RMC hybrids. This is a coaster that I am expecting to make my top 10, and not only is my second most anticipated coaster in the park, it's also my second most anticipated on the whole trip. However, it's not quite my most anticipated here. That title belongs to Intimidator 305, the park's Intamin Giga Coaster. This is without a doubt my most anticipated coaster in the park and on the whole trip. This is one of those coasters I feel could become my new number 1 and dethrone Lightning Rod at Dollywood. While I am expecting this to be my number 2 overall under Lightning Rod, this coaster still looks absolutely legendary. This may be the most intense roller coaster on Earth. The first turn after the first drop looks absolutely insane, and all other turns look insanely whippy and forceful. I cannot wait to ride this masterpiece, and hopefully it'll live up to the hype and maybe even exceed my expectations. And there you have it, my King's Dominion coaster rankings prediction. Remember, this list is definitely not final as I haven't ridden any of these coasters, but a few of them I have ridden exact clones of. I hope you enjoyed this video. Inverted Thrills, out.